Hi, Gemini Sun and Rising. Welcome to your April 2024 Astro Update. It's Raina here. Well, your ruler, Mercury, goes retrograde on the very first day of the month. And this is at 27 degrees of Aries. So it is coming from the 11th house for you. And this is a house of hopes and wishes. And it's also a social area that has to do with the friendships that you have and the groups that you belong to. So watch out for any kind of misunderstandings with someone from that, area of your life. But also, it could be like rethinking some of your dreams. Maybe you're editing them. They're not what you thought that you wanted. And on the 4th of the month, Venus goes into this 11th house. This is going to be a very big area for you, the 11th house and the 12th house, when the sun goes into Taurus. So when Venus goes into the 11th house, this can be good for money because the 11th house can be your gains and Venus can be money. So you may see that you are increasing your profit. And because Mercury is retrograding here, you may be trying something that you did before as an idea to increase your money. Maybe you're doing that again, or you're thinking, hey, maybe I should do this. Maybe you discounted it, and now you're thinking this is the way to go, and it does pay off. This can also be love somebody that romantic that you meet through your circle of friends. On the 8th, why did I say November? On the 8th, we have a solar eclipse at 19 degrees of Aries. So yet again, another Aries transit in this 11th house. And it goes without saying, Gemini, that this is a general reading because not all Gemini people will have these transits in all of the places that I say you will. So that's because every chart is different. So anyway, we're going to pretend that everybody has the same thing. So in the 11th house, this can be kind of planting new seeds of intention as far as the dreams that you have. Like I said, they're changing. Also, this can be new people coming into your life. You are a people person for sure. A Gemini person tends to be somebody who really enjoys talking to others, exchanging ideas, socializing, and that kind of thing. And yet, sometimes there has to be change because maybe the kind of interests that you have are expanding and no longer are relevant to the type of people that you were with before. So these kinds of things are definitely changing. Maybe you're creating new dreams for yourself. Actually, this, according to one astrologer, this is when you have a new moon in the 11th house, make 40 wishes. Now, I don't know what this astrologer would have said about solar eclipses, which are supposed to be 3 times the strength of a regular new moon. Is it 120 wishes? It's so funny because one time I tried to do that, and I'm actually going to have a regular new moon there in March, but I tried to do that one year, and I couldn't think of 40 things. You don't have to think of things that are like really grandiose. You can just make them, some of them, very easily obtainable goals. Okay, so On the 19th, the sun goes into Taurus, and that is your 12th house, and that is your hibernation period when the sun is in the house before your first house. In that 12th house, you may be resting more, you may be less social than you have been recently because you're kind of more in a contemplative mood, you're more reflective and not necessarily that energetic. And it's just kind of a cycle, a brief cycle before you make your debut and have your solar return. On the 20th, which is the very next day, we have the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. You probably have heard other astrologers talking about this. This is a very exciting transit that is occurring at 21 degrees of Taurus. Some of you may have this on the 21st of April. It doesn't really matter because even when it's not an exact conjunction, it will be very close to, these plants will be very close within orb, as they call it, on other days as well. And because it's in Taurus, it's in that 12th house. The 12th house is unusual in the sense that it's not a house that we look to for concrete material things. This is the house of other spiritual dimensions. It's the house of past lives. It's Pisces domain in astrology, and it's not anything that is connected to grounded practical things. So when you have this conjunction here, but Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces, so it can bring some of those same traits that the 9th house that Jupiter rules into that 12th house, including foreign travel. So please be advised about that. This can be, maybe this is a spiritual experience for you in the 12th house. Uranus can be the Kundalini arising, and Jupiter is the ruler of the God house. So maybe you have like some kind of mystical or spiritual experience. And I would say, especially with Uranus being here, that there's that suddenness. And because the 12th house is the house of self-undoing, I feel that, Jupiter is such a positive influence that this combination could be like people who have addictions, who have some sort of behavioral issues that are challenging. You could see like a instantaneous healing, and you may say, this is a miracle that this is happening. I've struggled with this problem for so long, and it may have a karmic connection, and you're able to transcend that karma because it's like the Kundalini activation or something. And it gives you so much electrical energy. That's what Uranus is about as well. On the 23rd, we have a full moon at 4 degrees of Scorpio. So for you, this is the 6th house, which is the opposite from the 12th, and it is practical. This is Virgo's domain in astrology, and it is this place of service to others or work. It's the area of health. It's the area of your daily schedule. So there may be something that is coming up for you in one of these areas. You may find out something about your coworkers. A secret can come out. And if there is anything connected to work matters, because you did have a new moon in your 10th house in March. And as I record this, it still hasn't happened yet on March 10th. And that may have changed. Maybe you're going into a new career and you're letting go of your day job. That's a possibility. But something could be with your health, about purifying yourself. Who knows? It could have, different meanings for different Gemini people. On the 25th, Mercury goes direct. That's your ruler. So it's very important at 16 degrees of Aries. Maybe you have decided how exactly you're going to pursue your dreams, or what those dreams are in the first place. On the 29th, Venus goes into Taurus, into that 12th secret love affair, something that is you're not being very open about, someone that you're seeing. Maybe you don't want anybody talking about you and another person just yet. You just want to enjoy that person's company without other people giving you their 10 cents about it. This could be doing some kind of work in secret. I also think that money, because Jupiter in the 12th house can be good karma from a past life, maybe in the form of money, and this just enhances that. So if you just get a gift out of nowhere from the universe, remember what I said. On the 30th, Mars goes into Aries, into that 11th house. So I do feel that with this solar eclipse there might be some kind of conflict with friends. You may be at odds with a group for some reason. Like, for instance, if it is like a political group, if you're a political activist and you don't like the direction the group is going in, the stuff that they're doing, then you may be like sparring with them in some way. But who knows? I mean, there might be more things that you're doing with other people, like you're involved in some activities with them that are of a very kind of vigorous nature. Or just sometimes, to me, Mars can be stepped up activity, of any kind. So yeah. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.